Hi, everybody. Welcome. Happy Friday.
Happy
Hope you all are
Friday.
doing well. Let us know in the comments what you're reading. And yeah, so let's start with us. Tiffany, what are you reading?
I really dropped the ball here. I am reading Ashes to Ashes, Crust to Crust, which is the second in the Deep Dish Gourmet Pizza Cozy Mystery Series by Mindy Quigley.
Mm-hmm.
I'm listening to that. And then on ebook, I'm still reading Suspended Sentence, and I'm also reading Red Hot Death of a Red Hot Rancher.
Are you liking
Nice.
the second pizza one any better than the first one?
I'm not too far. Excuse me. I think I'm about chapter 5 or 6, and the things about the main character aren't as in your face,
Yeah,
which is really what my issue. The
yeah,
only
because I
bad
I
part.
wasn't a huge fan of the first one. That's why I was wondering.
I did like the first one. I
Mm,
just thought the main character was a
Yeah,
you know.
she was a little yeah. Well, like
But
I
I
gave
do.
it 3 stars. I mean, it was
Yeah.
okay, but
I do think she has been better. This book so far. So.
so I am listening to probably can't see it, but Aggie Morton and Peril at Owl Park. So I got it.
Nice.
I
nice.
have at the rate I'm listening to it, I have 49 minutes left, and then it'll
Oh,
finish. So,
fantastic.
Awesome.
and I have 2 of my print books over here. I'm about done with both of them. This one a little bit more, so I'll probably work on that. But I have the Cryptid Hunter by Roland Smith, which is a fun adventure book, but you definitely have to suspend your disbelief because the fact that these kids accidentally over the Congo or whatever in the cargo plane, accidentally the chimpanzee hit a button and they went flying out the back. But thank goodness they were holding on to the canister that had a parachute and all that
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff, and they all landed okay. And now they're trying to survive in the jungle until their uncle can find them or whatever it is. So I mean, it's fun, but it's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then Fablehaven by Brandon Mole.
Oh,
I got
nice.
77 pages left into this one, so
Oh, you can get it done.
You are very close.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. You can finish a couple things in the next day or so.
Yep.
Um, I am about halfway through Ghostlight by Kenneth Opel. I am enjoying it. What the stories? I'll be honest. The story's okay. I'm liking the story. I'm more liking the history of Toronto because as I'm listening to it, I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes. I know that place. I know that place.
I was gonna say it's fun when you're actually from that area
It
and you
is.
can pick out the stuff they're talking about and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, like the Toronto Island, that where the lighthouse is and all that stuff. That was we were there several times every summer when I was a kid because there's this great like kids amusement park like meant for little ones. It's like a little tiny roller coaster and all those things, little
Oh,
midway,
fun.
and and going over on the ferry was a big deal, right? So
Oh,
yeah,
that sounds fun.
I am enjoying it though. It's a fun read, and it wasn't until recently actually I did a walkathon on the island for like breast cancer. This was years ago, and we went all the way, and I had never been to the other side of the island, but it's really because it's Lake Ontario. It's so big, you can't see the other side, so it's just trippy as it being a lake, like it's not the ocean, like.
Right?
So I'll be listening to that for the first sprint because I am casting on another sock. Um, and then I will be jumping back into Lightning Strikes Twice by Elizabeth Herb, which is a special edition novel. I'm getting such Twister vibes. Remember the movie Twister?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes, because he's a storm chaser, and it's really good so far. So I'm liking it a lot.
That sounds fun.
But yeah, so let's see what everybody else is reading.
That's awesome.
Amy. Hi everyone. I'm currently reading Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I'm at 3%. I just started it today. Excellent.
Nice.
Tina, hello y'all. I'm gonna be starting Calico Confusion by Catherine Hayton. Major Read's Cozy Kitten Cafe. I don't know a lot
Oh,
about it other than it's a kitten cafe and it has blue on the cover.
it sounds really cute.
I was
I
just
didn't
thinking, I need to get this one finished. It's got blue on the cover.
Yeah,
Because I was like,
Actually,
I don't know if I have a blue on the
Ghostlight
cover.
would work too. It's
Yeah.
got blue on the cover.
Yep.
Hi, everyone. Happy Friday. Hello, Danielle. Welcome, welcome. Leisha, hi, everyone. FOMO got me, and I'm starting Ghostlight tonight. Yay! And
Hey.
I'm not knocking the book. I am enjoying it, but I have a hard time with this, like you said, Storm, about you've got to
Yeah.
suspend your disbelief. And, like, you know, there's these kids, and they're investigating this. Like, I'm, okay, sure. Anyway.
I read enough middle grade that I'm just like, yeah, okay.
The scene I just finished in the book, they're like, should we get an adult to help us? They're like, an adult's not going to believe us. I'm like, always ask an adult for help.
Right?
Hey, Cajun. Hi, everyone.
Yay.
Reading Curds of Prey, a cheese shop mystery, cheese shop number 3. Excellent. He says, Alicia, Ghostlight was so good. I just finished it a couple days ago. Enjoy. I agree. It is enjoyable. Hi, Pat. Good evening, everyone. Oh, she's also reading Lightning Strikes Twice by Elizabeth Herb. You're almost done it, Pat. Fantastic. I hope to finish it today or tomorrow. Kindle, hello. Happy Friday, y'all. Just finished Live and Let Shy, and we'll be reading my first Tiffany Roberts tonight. Not much paranormal romance, girl, but branching out. Excellent.
Awesome.
Oh, so are you going to Neon Gods? Which one are you going to be starting, Kindle? I'm curious. I think. Oh, don't forget the thumbs up for Sarah's channel. Thank you,
Isn't
Pat.
it Katie Roberts who does the Neon God?
You're right, Katie Roberts. Yes, sorry, I had the name wrong. My apologies. She said paranormal, and that's why I was kind of like confused. It's been a long week, guys. It's been a long week. Tina, that sounds like yeah, right. I'm gonna look that one up. Lady Val, good evening and happy Friday. I'm gonna be listening to Beyond the Wand by Tom Felton. Excellent. Jesse, hello everyone. I'm reading The Hope Chest by Carolyn Brown. Almost done.
Yay.
Love that author. Anita, greetings. I'm continuing Bread Over Troubled Water by Winnie Archer.
Love the title.
Melanie, hi all. Not sure what I'm reading yet. Do you need suggestions?
Do you?
And eating homemade chicken salad. That sounds delightful.
It does sound.
And he says, hi all, listening to The Dollhouse Murders by Betty Wren Wright. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Lost in Kadzoo, happy Friday. I'm reading From Below by Darcy Coates about a haunted shipwreck.
Oh.
Fun.
Yeah, that sounds interesting.
Hey, Barbara, how far are you into And the Ladies of the Club? We must have an update.
Right?
Hi, Karen. Hi, everyone. Tonight I'm going to be reading Ithaca by Claire North. Elizabeth. Hi, everyone. I'm reading Renegades by David List for middle grade May. It's on my SAS list. Excellent.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Right? Saying hi to Elizabeth. Opal, hi. I'm reading Initiate of the Jackal. I think that's that word. By Laura Greenwood. Excellent.
Thanks.
PK, TGIF will tune in properly when I get home and feed Keo. We're having Chick-fil-A for the first time tonight. Finally slowed down enough. Excellent.
I hope you enjoy.
Annie, I love The Dollhouse Murders. I read it was published in 1983 because that's how old I am. Say hi to Anita. Glad you're feeling better, Tiffany.
Oh,
that cough
you.
sounds brutal. Healing vibes. Yes.
Yeah, the cough
Healing
is
vibes
really,
to
really
everyone.
hanging on, but I appreciate it. And I'm feeling much better if I can just get this cough healed up.
It's the cough that just lingers, and it's just.
I know, but my chest gets so sore because that cough is so, you know.
Yeah, I know. I think
feel
whenever
much
I have a cough, I feel like I've like misplaced a rib or something.
Right.
It's
But
like,
I do feel a lot better. Thank you, Kendall.
Tiffany, I have that to read next, or next after next, since it's one of the April Buddy reads on Melmax Discord.
Oh,
Welcome,
hi.
Carol.
Welcome.
Hi, everyone. First time here. Welcome, welcome. Share with us. We're reading. Oh, and Barb knew I was going to ask. On page 400 of 1423.
You are
well
really,
done.
really moving along, Barb. Great job.
Mm-hmm. Well done. Cajun, hi, Carol. Welcome. Yes. Okay, so because she said it, we don't do this. For anyone who is new or relatively new, obviously you're on my channel. I'm not even going to bother with that. But Tiffany, over to this side of me, is from the Beach Bum Bookworm. So make sure to go subscribe to her. And down here, we have the lovely Storm from Storm Reads. So be sure to go subscribe to her channel as well. And we usually also have Lee from Dark Roots Creations here as well. But she's got book club tonight because she's, too busy for us. But I'm just kidding. She may or may not show up. But anyway, so if you're new, subscribe to these ladies as well. Jessica says, hello, everyone. I'll be reading a middle grade I picked up at the library today called Lasagna Means I Love You by Kate O'Shaughnessy. Didn't plan to read it, but I saw it and it's so cute.
Lasagna should be a love language, so I get it. Yeah.
I saw that you sent me a message, Elizabeth. I'm going to listen to it during the first sprint. Rabbit, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well.
Absolutely. Happy Friday.
Hello to Carol. 80 pages left in packet. I can't say it. Pachinko. Thank you. Yep. And that is the Michelle from the Gratitude Search. It's long but good.
Awesome.
Just started Lost and Found Sisters by Jill Shalvis.
Excellent
choice, Carol. We like you here already.
Nice.
I had a friend come by that I haven't seen since pre-pandemic. She lives in Ottawa, which is about 5 hours from me. We used to go to the festivals together. Anyway, she messages me like 2 months ago. She's like, would you like some books? I'm like, yes. So she was picking up her son at the Toronto airport. So she was coming through. 3 bags, like huge bags, mostly of Nora Roberts.
Oh, wow.
So there will be a book haul on my channel this week. I haven't gone through the bag yet. I'm going to do it blind, and just, you know what I mean?
Where is Lee for this information?
Right?
That is awesome.
I can do Nora November.
Yes, you can. Now
for the next 20
it's
years.
official now. With
right?
Now you have to do Nora November.
Right? Kindle says, I read Pachinko. I honestly cried. She says, yes, parts are ripping my heart out. No, thank you. Yes, gut-wrenching. So long, but so worth it. There is a movie adaptation, and I couldn't bear to watch it. Oh, yeah, I get that. Anne says, rereading Demon Copperhead so I can annotate it this time.
Oh.
Interesting. Another, I am rereading Wicked Autumn by Mallet before reading Pagan Spring next. Just finished filming a book chat, so I need to edit that too. Excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. So, is everybody ready to jump into a sprint?
Sure.
Excellent. So let me get the cat. The kitty cat. Because Bernard will not meow on command. Not unless I pull his tail. Let's share the screen. Should have been prepared, but that's fine. Yeah. Whoop. All right, lovelies. We will sprint to the top of the hour.
Happy reading,
Happy
everyone.
everybody. Oh, we got a full house tonight. Yay! Welcome, Elizabeth and Lee. Glad you guys could join us.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh,
Lee, having book club on Friday night is unacceptable.
Yeah.
It's usually on Tuesdays,
I'm
but she's
kidding.
been busy.
I'm teasing.
So how'd everybody do on their sprints?
I listened to a little bit of Ashes to Ashes, and then I talked to my Mima, my grandma on the phone, and then I talked to my mother on the phone.
Nice.
I finished the Peril at Owl Park.
Nice.
What'd you think about it?
I liked it. It was cute. I love Hector. He kind of alludes a little bit to his cells, but he doesn't say gray cells, So I'm wondering if they're not allowed to say little gray cells. But he does say he's got to work his cells or massage his cells or something. So we're talking about his brain.
Yeah.
So that was cute.
Oh, I can't wait. I'm hoping to get to that one in the next couple weeks.
Cute.
And welcome, Elizabeth. What are you reading?
Yeah, well, I didn't read the whole sprint. I did some other random things to get ready to come on, but I'm reading the third book in the Randoms trilogy. It's called Renegades by David. I don't know if it's Liss or Liss. It's Liss. It's awesome. There's so many funny things, and I love it. It's corny and it's great.
I put the first one on my I tagged it so that
Oh.
instead of actually grabbing it, I tagged it. So I have the first one tagged
On Libby.
on Libby.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Nice.
How
I
about you,
finished
Lee? What are you reading?
2 books today. I finished The
Yay.
Peach Pit, and I finished The Appeal, and now I
Wow.
started City Spies.
What do you think of the
Ooh.
appeal after you got finished with it?
I gave it 4 stars. I liked it. I liked
Did
it.
you figure out who done it, or was it no?
No way.
Theodore Boone.
Janice Hallett.
Oh, okay. Isn't
Yeah.
there a Theodore Boone book called The Appeal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was thinking John Grisham just based on the title, but
Right?
That's
John, that does sound like a John Grisham. You're right.
I thought it was going to be something with lawyers too, but apparently in the UK, an appeal is like a GoFundMe type of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, like
okay.
appeal to
Exactly. Appeal to people for their money.
Okay.
So.
interesting.
Gotcha. Well,
good for
you were
you,
on a
Virginia.
roll reading today, Lee.
Thanks.
Right? I got 4 more
Okay.
chapters read in Ghostlight. My listening speed, I've got a little over 2 hours left on it. I'll finish it tomorrow for sure. So, yeah, I am enjoying it. But, yay. So, thank you both for joining. So, as I mentioned earlier, because I was introducing everybody, Elizabeth from Lizzie Faye Loves Books. So, make sure you go and subscribe to her channel. And Lee from Dark Roots Creations, go subscribe to her channel as well. Because we get new people here, and we want to make sure everybody knows who everybody is.
Yeah.
Hello, beautiful people. I'm reading the 3rd Magnus Chase book by Rick Roy. I can never say his name.
Riordan.
Thank you. Norse mythology meets Percy Jackson. I thought I'd let you say it instead of me butchering it.
It's very often mispronounced, so you wouldn't be alone in that. So, okay, real quick, I'm looking up the Theodore Boone books. There's not one called The Appeal.
Is there not?
No, I
I
thought for
there
sure
was.
the abduction, the accused, the activist, and then the
Oh, maybe
fugitive,
that's
the
why.
scandal, and the accomplice. I mean,
All
maybe
those other A's.
Yeah.
there are other A's. I thought for sure The Appeal would be one. Funny.
Jessica says, hello, everyone. I'll be reading Ghost Eaters. Sounds creepy.
Maybe. Yeah.
Melanie, I might try the first chapter in a few books. Big pile of thrillers because I can't decide what to read. Good idea.
Nice.
See, I'd get sucked in if it was well, I guess that's the point, right? Whichever one sucks you in is the one that,
Yeah.
Right.
True.
Emily says, I have been struggling with focusing on reading. Sick and end of year teacher tired. Oh, I'm sorry, Emily. I hope it gets better for you.
Hopefully, you only have a little. I mean, you got to be close, right? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm hoping for you.
I'm actually writing my exam in 2 weeks. 2 weeks today for my state administrator course that I've been doing for 2 years. And already
wow.
I've got anxiety. Like I'm like, it's 2 weeks away and already I've got anxiety.
Aw.
I don't test. I don't test well, so I always
Me
got
neither.
anxiety with tests.
I can know it back to front. You put me in front of a piece of paper and I'm like, phew, gone. Like, what's my name? I don't know.
Yeah, put me in front of something and give me a time limit, and I'm done.
Well, my one of my coworkers did hers today, and she called me and she passed, so which was great. And she's like, "It's not as hard as you think it's going to be," and I'm like, "Okay, now I feel a tiny bit better."
Yeah.
But yeah, I get that whole focusing on reading right now thing. Purple Person. I like that. Hello, I'm reading Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas. Or Mass. Elizabeth, hi y'all. I am reading a Harlequin super romance, A Stranger's Kiss from 1985. Total Sarah influence.
Awesome.
Yeah, you're welcome. Who's the author?
Retro,
Chris.
yay.
Mhm.
Very retro.
Yeah.
Opal says, "Hey, at Kindle, I miss you on the Discord."
Yeah.
And she says, "Hey, I have to come back. Heading over tonight. Fantastic."
Yay.
I haven't been on there in ages either.
Yeah. So she gave me that book Sarah recommended a few years ago, and now I can read it.
It was Lost and Found Sisters.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
that one was so good.
Because I had said, okay, I'm done with Jill Chavez. I've tried 2 now, and I don't like him. And she's like, just try Lost and Found Sisters.
You got her Wildstone series. I think you would like because it's not as spicy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very
might
mild
get
mannered
one-
for her series.
For Jill Chalvis,
Yes, it is.
you might get one spicy scene, but you can very easily just skip it
Right.
and continue on with the story. Yeah.
Right. And then when my own sister read it, she's like, yeah, it was pretty good. So I'm like, okay, well, I trust my own sister too. So since Sarah and my own sister have said read it, then I'll,
This comes highly recommended, so let's just hope you actually like it.
Right?
Now our expectations are like way up here.
Right.
Right. And yes, Tina, 3 bags of. See, I don't know if they're all
Did you
Nora
see that,
Roberts.
Lee?
No, I'm just now. I'm like, wait, who has
Okay.
3 bags of Laura Roberts
My
books?
friend brought over 3 bags of books. Now, the top of them are all Nora Roberts. I don't know if they're all Nora Roberts, but I haven't looked at them yet. And I'm
Probably.
going to literally sit down tomorrow and do a book haul, like my first impressions of pulling, like a mystery book haul. So I'm very excited.
Oh, that's fun.
I
After you're done, let me know, and I will take the 8-hour ride up to you to gather what you're not going to read.
Legitimately, I'm gonna you know me, right? Like I have enough books on my shelf. Like she's like, my friend's like, they're out of my house. I don't care anymore. And I'm just like, I'm gonna have to put some to the side because I don't know what I'm gonna. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we
of
shall
course.
see. Lee, if you're ever in Toronto, I'll just keep them to the side for you.
I do love Canada, so
Right?
I told her, I said, now she has to do Nora in November, right? Because
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. You got
Yeah,
roped
exactly.
into it now.
I did see on the top she had one like Harlequin or Silhouette Special Edition that was written by Nora Roberts. So that just made me go,
cool.
There you go.
you know.
Nice.
So I'm excited. I can't wait for the haul. I collect Nora myself. Yes, it's going to be good. Have to feed the cat first. That's fair, hand. Must feed the cat. It's very important. Book Club is reading it. Demon Copperhead later in this year. I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, I've never read David Copperfield. Should I read it first? Okay, so Elizabeth asked that question out to the group.
Well, and I was
Hi,
asking it too
Kim.
because she said she had read it before and now she was going to read it again and annotate. So I'm just wondering, because it's supposed to be a retelling of David Copperfield, but I've never read David Copperfield.
Is it
Yeah,
like
it's-
Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies? Like, is it like
No, it's I mean, if you hear the title, Demon Copperhead, David Copperfield, it's a retelling. But I don't know.
It's one of the ones that won, like, got on the short list for the women's prize.
Oh,
Okay.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I
interesting.
have never read any Barbara Kingsolver. I keep meaning to read Poison with
Oh,
Bible, but I just never
The
got it.
poison. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That name.
It's
rings a
good.
bell. Okay.
Yeah,
I only
Poison
know
with
this
Bible's very
because
good.
Nicole from the Dusty Book Sniffer did a whole deal on reading all the women's prize books.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Only
really?
reason
Oh,
I know
okay.
it.
Interesting.
It
Interesting.
sounds really intriguing, though, and I'm looking forward to reading it. I'm just wondering if you should read David Copperfield in order to fully appreciate.
That's
you know,
fair.
Later down in the comments, Kindle does say you don't have to read David Copperfield.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Yeah. Definitely say not before. After you read Demon, I would say yes. So there's another. Yeah, Joy, gonna try and find you there. Hello, Kelly. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Melissa. Irina. Purple Rain Hearts came in late, but reading Live and Let Chai. You're never ever late, people. Never late.
Awesome.
Pat, I read this week my first middle grade book, The Dirt Detective by Douglas L. Hoover. I gave it 3 stars. The second book is a whole lot better. Gave it 4 stars. Got my Aggie Morton, The Body Under the Piano today. Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
I tried to look that up, but my Libby doesn't have that mystery.
Okay, do you think the name Hoover is a pen name?
Well,
that's kind of ironic.
Well, I was thinking a Dirt Detective and Hoover vacuums. I was
that didn't even.
That's what I'm wondering if the name is a pseudonym.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
That's hilarious.
Or since my name is that, I might go for it. You know.
Right? Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, I did not do that.
Danielle says, I spent the first sprint eating dinner. We had spaghetti and garlic bread. Oh, that sounds delicious. Pat says, read 16 pages, 242 out of 280. Fantastic.
Excellent.
I had a Klondike bar for dessert. Oh, that sounds
Yum.
good. Well, got 68%. Well done. 87% for Anita. He says, I didn't get any reading done this sprint. I got the book Lightning Strikes Twice by Elizabeth Herb. As I love the movie Twister, thanks, Sarah. Now I had to buy it. My library doesn't have it. It was a brand new release. And literally, I just read a scene. I'm like, this is from Twister. But I'm thinking, will people younger than us get the feel? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not
Mission
a big movie watcher,
accomplished.
but
Somebody
that's one
bought
of
a
my
book.
Yeah, so it's officially a live show. Yeah, 30 pages. Well done, Kindle. Jessica Ann read 4%. Talked with my mom, did dishes, and fed my boys, the cats.
Excellent.
T1 read 30 pages. Fantastic. Welcoming Lee and Elizabeth. Emily says, no reading done. I spent a good chunk of that time on hold with maintenance. Oh, that's unpleasant. Cajun made it to 54%. Well done. Serenity, I'm reading and working on Connecting Granny Squares. Oh, that sounds like fun. Excellent. Lady Val, I have 8 minutes left. Sorry, the cat's beside me twitching. I have 8 minutes left in the book. We'll finish it in the next sprint and then start Digging Up Daisies by Cheryl Lynn. Ooh, that sounds interesting.
Awesome.
Hello. Sneaked in at the end of that sprint, but I got a chapter down. Welcome, welcome. Tina, whoa, looked up and there's 2 more people. Yeah. I did the same. I'm like, oh, we have people joining. Alicia, this book, Ghostlight, is very good. It is a little creepy. I was finding that too as I was reading. I'm like, and I wonder, okay, so this is my thing with it. So it's middle grade, but the main characters are 16. So I know that somebody made a comment once saying that kids like to read older than their age, which I get, but I don't know. Maybe 16, just a little. I don't know. I think
it's a little too old for middle grade, yeah. But sometimes it just depends on the writing style. I think too, if it's written like to where
they're like a young 16, like
innocent 16.
Yeah, because when I think 16-year-olds, I'm picturing Elizabeth and Jessica from Sweet Valley High.
Right.
Just way not middle grade.
Well, if you're kind of old enough to drive a car, you're not really middle grade.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean, right? So I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I am still enjoying it. Barbara, now I'm on page 407. I am also reading, and then there were none. Good Lord, they need to take some stuff out.
There was a little reference to and then there were none in the second book on the Aggie Morton series.
Oh, really? Okay, yay, because that's like my favorite one. Kindle. The screen looked like musical chairs at one point.
Oh, that's funny.
199 of 286, 70%. Well done. Read 7%, and I think this is this first cozy. I'm reading Not Set in America.
Cool. Okay.
Oh, that's interesting.
And
where is it set, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah. Read 7 chapters. Well done, Annie. Okay, if someone's loins are on fire, is that a loin of pork? That's an old school romance term right
Right?
there.
I was gonna say that you can tell that one's older, yeah.
Right? Be sure to tell us how Digging Up Daisy appeals to you. I keep on waffling on wanting to read that one. And yes, as she was saying, as Lee was saying, you don't have to read David Copperfield first. It just won the Pulitzer, so it's everywhere. Oh, okay,
Wow.
okay. I don't pay attention to award winners. Clearly,
Yeah,
I'm reading
see, I
reading
don't-
romance.
I didn't even know anything. Like all those ladies that whenever Nicole was reading them for like the women's prize thing or whatever, it's like I've never even heard of any of these people, and they don't really sound like anything I would read. So, so of course they're gonna win.
It's
like
very
a
literary,
yeah,
and
yeah.
nothing wrong with literary. It's just not my jam. That's all. You know. She will. Excellent. As to the question, the answer is no. Okay. The book stands on its own. The nod to Dickens, a realization on the
Societal.
thank you, blindness of 170 years ago hasn't changed. This is from a literary blog about the novel. Okay. Okay. The narrator is British, so I'm assuming England. Excellent.
I was gonna guess England because it seems like for most cozies, if they're not in America, they're in England.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, I think that's a pretty.
I mean, there are exceptions. Like
Yeah,
Elizabeth
that's what I'm saying. I mean,
Pierce
there's
and
definitely
Egypt,
now.
but they're British, like going to,
Yeah, they're starting to branch out now,
Yeah.
where they're starting to be in different countries. But yeah, for the most part.
I like that. I gotta read it. I think I've read the first one, or I need to read the second one. The Baby Ganesh Detective Agency. I did start that one on audio, and it was super cute. It's set in India, and it's a former police chief, and he's now retired.
Oh,
And
I love
so he's kind of solves mysteries in his retirement now. I have it on audio, and it was really. I love the narration. I love the voice. Right. So, and usually I can listen to it at a faster speed, but with that accent, I had to slow it down a bit from my normal. But it's really cute. But yeah, so we're caught up on comments. So maybe what we'll do is maybe like a 30-minute sprint and then come back and do some more comments. Okay?
Sarah, what does your shirt say?
Oh, my shirt says, I may be wrong, but it's highly unlikely.
Oh.
Let me just see here. 30 times. Alrighty. Whoops. Share, yay. Whoops. Back here. Come on. There we go. All right, everybody. Happy reading.
Happy reading, everyone.
Helps if I unmute myself. So how did everybody do?
Good. I'm further along in the book than I thought. I listened to 2 chapters during that sprint, so I'm on chapter 17. It says I have 2 hours and 30 minutes left.
Nice.
Well done.
Yeah.
So I think I got about 14 pages maybe read in Fablehaven. So.
Nice.
Excellent.
I have no idea how many pages I read, but I am just 2 pages away from the end of a chapter, so that's good.
Oh, good.
Yay.
I got to chapter 4 in City Spies. I'm loving it so far. This is the exact type of like middle grade YA I love. So
It's so good, isn't it?
It's in my Libby, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. So stop.
yeah, I'm loving it. Loving
What
it.
is the premise?
A girl has to pick between basically she gets out of going to juvie for hacking in and ratting on her foster family, and now she's kind of taken in as an MI6 spy along with like another group of kids.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But their leader is a guy, and they call him Mother.
He's hilarious already.
Yeah.
Hilarious already.
Oh yeah. Are you listening to it on audio?
Yes.
I love the narrator does such a great job flipping between all the accents, and it's so well done.
He just went from like the American to the British to the Australian, like no problem.
And wait until you get even more in there, because a couple of the other characters are from other places, like I think South Africa or so. Yeah,
Kathmandu, I know is one of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I have the second book to get to this month, Golden Gate. We shall see if I get to it or not, but it's a good series. It's a really good series
so far.
Yeah.
That's really impressive for a narrator to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
And it's just like back and forth conversations. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you do, Sarah?
I am now on chapter 20 of thing. I am almost less than 2 hours left. Pet peeve. This is just a pet peeve across all books. Don't make one chapter 6 pages and the next chapter 42 pages, because that's really annoying. Like I get it if there's going to be a difference, but when it's that big of a difference, that drives me crazy.
Yeah. It's like
you're thinking to yourself, oh, the last chapter was only so long. I can read the next one, No.
Right.
Me and my friend Barb, buddy read the Emerald Blaze. It's part of the Hidden Legacy by Ilona Andrews. And I remember a chapter that was like, it was like 64 minutes listening to it or something like that. So I knew it was a like super long chapter. And then she gets to it and she like messaged me. She goes, this chapter is forever.
Yeah.
Forever chapter in there.
And the unfortunate part about an audio is it's not like when you're reading a book and you can see there's a large break, even though it's still in the same chapter. You don't get that with an audio.
Right.
True enough. Yep. Oh. All right, where were we? Oh, yes, okay. So someone said, and there's the ladies' number 1 text is set in Africa. So, yes,
Yeah,
that
I
is
haven't tried that one yet. But yeah.
That one's excellent.
PK says, done feeding, walking my dog, taking a library hold. A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. Could be for next Scavenger Hunt Bakery. And middle grade May both, reading the first couple chapters tonight to see. Excellent. And Jessica's leaving. Jessica Ann, good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Pat's saying good night to her. PK, oh dear, I'm on a low tolerance reading mood tonight. Sometimes the book strikes me as too silly to live. Within a few paragraphs, what a bother. The search continues.
I was wondering how she was going to like that T. Kingfisher. A lot of people really like that one, that series or whatever. I've only read like her like horror books. So.
I was going to say, that's what I was thinking was there's one with a rabbit on the cover that's pretty big on BookTube right now.
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen that one.
That's why when she said, and it was a middle grade, I'm like, I must be thinking of a different author.
These are like, I think those are some of her like older ones, I think.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I actually forgot that I had gotten it. I was looking at what I had on my Kindle. And Morgan Matson, the one who wrote, a lot of the YA stuff, she wrote a middle grade called The Firefly Summer, and it just came out a few weeks ago. And I grabbed a copy of it, and it's, about a girl. It's like something about summer camp. And I'm like, summer camp. I'm there,
Right.
Yeah, I like ones that are like centered around like summer camp or any kind of camping or whatever, whether it's spooky or not. I like those kind of-
Exactly. Storm would prefer spooky, but she can
Yeah.
do that.
Storm, have you ever read Frenzy?
No.
Frenzy.
It's about kids at summer camp and the animals start like just going all
No,
crazy.
I don't think I
Like
have.
the
Oh.
animals start like killing people. It's a middle grade.
Oh,
Yeah, you need to look
That's
this
the
up.
book that Storm's like,
Animals Gone Wild at summer camp. Yeah.
I was so there with the summer camp until animals started acting a fool, and then
Tiffany
Man,
wants Disney animals that
It's
you know,
by,
like make your
Robert
clothes
Electric.
and wash your dishes and you
Yeah.
know.
if they're not singing with Cinderella sewing, I'm out.
Yeah.
Storm. It's by Letrick, Robert Letrick, I think. Did you find it?
Yeah, I'll have to look for it. Anybody who reads thrillers, anybody read The Only Survivors by, I think it's Megan Miranda. Has anybody read that yet?
I haven't
It's a
gotten
new
to that
one.
yet.
It's a new one that's come out, and I'm really bored. And I told my friend, I was like, I think you might like it because I'm bored. But she's like, I don't know. Right now, she just started it. She's like, I'm a little bit bored. Does anything happen? And I'm like, well, I'm like 52% into it, and not really.
Wow.
Oh no.
I did read it one Megan Miranda and I DNF'd it because I was bored and I was like, I don't even care what happens at all.
Well, that's what she just told me. She goes, I think I've read one from this author before, and I wasn't very impressed. And I'm like, great. See what you're doing
They
to
wrote
me.
a book where like the mystery is backwards. where
That's
you-
the only one by her that I've read.
Okay, yeah, I've read that one too.
And I didn't mind it. I thought it was interesting the way the story was told.
Yeah, yeah,
But I couldn't tell you what the story was about at this point. All I remember is that there's a Ferris wheel on the cover.
yeah.
Okay.
I haven't read anything else by her.
They've managed to finish the first book and get 2 chapters done on the second book. Well
Nice.
done. Well done.
Nice.
Pat says I read 5 pages. Definitely finishing this book tonight. Sarah, have you gotten to the book where they name the tornado? I was up till 2 in the morning reading. No, I have not gotten to that point yet. I'm only about 30% of the way through that book, so I hope to give it a good read tomorrow. Death by Chocolate Cherry Cheesecake by Sarah Graves, 3 stars. Well done. 21 pages. I think I have around 80 left. Excellent.
Awesome.
Hi, Christy. Hey, y'all just got here. Excellent. Welcome. Thanks for joining. I read 20 pages, made it 46%. Well done, everybody. 67%. 25 pages, 53%. 94%, and we'll finish Bread Over Troubled Waters tonight.
Nice.
Fantastic. Oh, Anna got 25 pages of her Kindle Unlimited indie romance done.
Ooh.
Tell us about it. Does it any good? Are you enjoying it? My husband's texting me. Happy Friday. 13 pages left on Half Baked Murder by Emily George. Guys
Is
are
he
rocking
texting you
it.
because the Maple Leaf scored?
Oh, Garrett's got one of those cups that lights up when the team scores downstairs. But there's a delay between the cup and the TV, so the cup goes off first. And then they score.
That's hilarious.
2 minutes
Well, he's like,
left
oh,
in
there's
the
going to be a
second.
score coming here.
Yeah. What
Can I
is
ask
it?
you-
Is it 2-2, Tiffany?
2-1 Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Got
That's
2 minutes left in the second.
Mm.
Come on, Leaf.
They're packing their golf bags and heading to Florida.
No, that's not true. No, no.
Gina says,
Tiffany,
Red-
don't get. I'm just asking, Tiffany, are the Devils still in this or no? No? Okay.
because what's left? Is Toronto the only Canadian team still left in? Or is Edmonton still in?
Edmonton still in?
Garrett would know the answer to this.
Edmonton's still in.
Okay.
I had
okay.
to ask Kevin. I was like, wait.
Tina says, read 9%. I'm at an age where I'm figuring out what I want to do with my life, and cozy mysteries are not helping at all. All adding owner of Kitten Cafe to the list.
I feel you.
Right?
Because if anything about Cozy Mysteries is that it's a very expensive, well-to-do seaside town that none of us could afford to live in. They work 4 hours a day at the most weird shop that you would never make money at. It's like their rubber stamp collection shop that, is right on the water, and they always get the building from their great aunt that charged them nothing for it.
That's the only way they could get it.
I'm just like, this just doesn't. My great aunt are all dead, and they didn't leave me anything, so I'm not getting this seaside.
I know. I'm waiting for that relative that I don't know about, like Daddy Warbucks or something.
Great Aunt Ethel to
You just have to suspend reality.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
I love it. That's right below the librarian who lives in a lighthouse and is the owner of an inn on the coast of Maine. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you see it a lot in romance too, right? Like they're left this house, and of course there's like a hunky rancher who works there, right? That never happens in real life.
Well, because one, are the majority of ranchers hunky? Probably not.
Yeah.
And number two, when it comes to romance, it's always this girl who just like works at like the photo mat, who runs into the billionaire who just happened to drop his photos off there. I don't run into those people at all every day. So
you've read a Harlequin romance.
I'm still waiting to meet the guy in the elevator. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. I'm worried about getting attacked by the guy in the elevator. Not that I'm going to fall in love with him when I drop my bag on the ground.
Right?
Like,
you guys are reminding me of Friends, that episode where Joey and Chandler get like free pornography for a very long time. And by the end of the episode, everything that happens, they're like, some lady just dropped off a pizza and then left. They're like, everything, because they've been watching, and they're like, I think we have to unplug it. Because they somehow, their TV suddenly start getting some channel or something. I don't know.
Oh God.
That's right.
That
was when they got the chairs.
Yeah.
Yes. Laughing. Kindle, Tiffany, every time you cough, I hold my chest, bless your heart. Wish I could give you some of my grandmother's throat coat remedy. She's no longer with us, but the remedy lives on.
I think I may need it. This cough is hanging on.
What's the recipe?
Yeah.
I know one thing, I don't know if you guys have heard this one before, but I found it works, is that if you put Vicks on the bottom of your feet and then put on a pair of socks and go to bed, it lessens your cough.
That's supposed to work.
Really?
Don't ask me why, but it does.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And feet smell good.
There you go.
He says, Rabbit, I just finished Half Baked Murder today, 4.5 stars. It was amazing.
Yay.
I'm in midlife, and I can assure you, I now want a kitten cafe.
Yeah, Kindle, I'm with you.
I need
As
a dog
I tell
cafe.
There you go.
I might be in my 40s, but I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I'm really enjoying it too. I think I'll give it 4.5 as well. Danielle says, I've been working on organizing the books on my Kindle keyboard. For some reason, yesterday the collections disappeared. It's odd, but my books are still there, though, thankfully. Oh, that's good.
Oh, good.
Good.
Barbara says she got some supper, sushi.
Excellent choice.
I love Karen Slaughter, but I need to read a happy book after. Yes, understood. Christy says, I DNF'd the guest list 7 hours into the audiobook, and I still don't know anything about the dead body. I don't care anymore.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I got through it.
And the only survivor, we haven't even got a dead body or anything or thing that's happened. Like one of the girls that's supposed to be there with him when they meet at this place, they know she's there, but they can't find her. Then they find like where they think she might be or whatever. But I mean, she's not like officially missing. They just can't. Maybe she's trying to stay away because she's afraid of whatever's going to happen. And then it kind of goes back to like what happened with the accident or whatever it is. It's one of those flippy floppy ones. And then so it has the perspective of everybody in the like when it goes back. So you get those. And it's got a full cast audio too. But that doesn't make it any more interesting.
Right. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it doesn't.
No. Oh, that's disappointing.
So, Christy, in regards to guest list, it it does get better. I didn't really like it because I just didn't like. I thought none of the characters were likable. But when it all starts like coming together, and there's so many twists and turns, it's just like, whoa, wait, what? And we just had book club yesterday, and we read The Paris Apartment, which I actually kind of liked. It the same author, and our one of our other book club leaders, she was saying how she loved Paris Apartment and she loved the guest list, and she rated she was saying she liked the guest list more. That was like her favorite book by this author, and but she gave Paris Apartment a 5, and I'm like, well, what did you rate the guest list? 6.5.
See, I read The Hunting Party by Lucy Foley, and I hated it.
Yeah, I've heard bad things about it.
I hated it, so I haven't tried any more of hers.
Yeah,
that's fair.
And then everybody kept comparing the guest list to The Hunting Party, so I'm
Yeah.
like, nope.
yeah. Well, the guest list just had no likable characters, and
Well, The Hunting Party didn't either. I mean,
really.
I kind of I feel like maybe that's her like niche or whatever.
Well, with Paris Apartment, there were a couple of them I liked. Even the ones who really weren't good people had likable qualities. So, that got me through it, and it was intriguing. It was very atmospheric. The apartment building itself was like a character. And so, it was.
Yeah, I've seen mixed things about the Paris Apartment, but I've been curious about it. I think if I do try one, that might be the one that I try.
Yeah,
that's the only one I think I have on my shelf.
Are these all thrillers?
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. Suspense, more suspense thriller.
Beyond
Not
me.
like jump scary, but just, suspenseful.
Outside the world of Disney, Tiffany.
Yeah.
I'm good. Gotcha.
And I
There's
think
no
I'm
giant
to the
pumpkins.
point where I don't think I like psychological thrillers very much, because those are the ones that it like takes forever to get to. Oh, that like last 20% where everything comes together and you find out.
Yeah.
I don't like those, because if I'm bored through most of it, then I'm like more likely to give up.
Well, that's why I gave up on that. It's One of Us by J.T. Ellison. I just couldn't. When the mother or the wife, excuse me, is having issues with fertility, and this sounds horrible, but I don't care. There's a problem.
Yeah.
I don't like you. I'm sorry. But if you got a DNF, you got a DNF.
Yeah. I DNF'd a book this past week too. It was a decluttering book, and I stopped it, and I love decluttering books. But when the author actually said it was okay, well, if someone gives you a gift and you don't like it, and it's okay to get rid of it. Well, okay, I get that. But she's like, but if someone comes back and asks what happened to your gift, what happened to their gift, you have to just tell them a white lie and tell them the dog ate it, or tell them that. I'm like, no, you don't lie. Excuse me. No. I'm like, what author tells people to lie? That's just
You just tell them it went to a better home.
That's right.
I mean, be honest. You can put filters in, but don't just out and out lie about it. And I was just like, oh, and then she said, and anyway, it was bad manners for them to ask you what happened.
Yes.
Anyway,
Hello.
so they deserve to be lied to, basically, is what she's saying.
It's like when my aunt and this other lady at church gives me clothing.
Gives you what?
Clothing.
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 Oh
They're
yeah.
going to expect me to wear it to church, and it's like, it's not really my style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't, they'll be like, did you not like the shirt I gave you?
But it's so rude to even ask that.
Well,
Right?
just say it just doesn't suit me. You don't have to say it doesn't fit. If it fits, just say it just doesn't suit me.
Absolutely. It's the reason people ask me all the time. They're like, do you knit for people? I'm like, no, because I would love to make people things, but I give it, and I'm like, what if they don't want it? Now I've spent this time on it. Now that person feels obligated, right?
True.
So,
That's
like,
why I ask for simple things. Like this lady at church knitted me a hat.
Nice.
There you go.
Wear that hat during the wintertime. And she even asked me like color preferences. So
Yep.
Oh, nice.
If someone asks me, I will happily knit you some. Except my manager, I was knitting a pair of socks at work, and she's like, "Would you knit me a pair of socks?" And I looked at her, and she goes, "In black?" I'm like, "Oh hell no, I'm not knitting socks in black."
Man,
that would
have
be
the brightest light right over you to see the stitches.
Right.
I hate knitting on black. Mm-mm. Oh, 74% on Wicked Autumn. Well done. Cajun says, what? Cup lights up when the team scores? I don't understand. How does that work? So Garrett actually found it at a thrift store. We were at the Salvation Army, and they were giving them away. Like if you bought a case of beer, like Budweiser or something, they gave you this as a promotion, right? So it's a plastic cup, but it's got a thing on the bottom, and you hook it up to an app on your phone, and you connect it to the team. So then as it, when the team scores, so Garrett actually has it set up for the hockey, and he also has it set up for the Red Sox. So if my game's on, they've scored.
funny.
I know I'm watching it.
But he knows from his cup. There you go.
Hey, that's
Makes
cool.
him happy.
My dad had a goalie light in his like man cave, and he had it hooked up, but he could like remote, but like he was a Blackhawks fan. I loved my dad, but poor taste in hockey, let's face it. And and he somehow got their little Nana Nana Boo Boo song to play, like when because Chicago has the worst Nana Nana Boo Boo song in the world. If you don't know their goal song, you should listen to it. It sounds like Nana Nana Boo Boo to me. Or that's just what I hear. So I it can
It plays when they score.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, that's fun.
The goalie lights, and then it starts the song, and oh yes.
You seem so impressed, Tiffany.
She's just so disgusted.
She loves that team anyway, I mean.
PK said, and they're suspected of killing their rival with their cupcake, so they have to solve it themselves. Oh, back to our cozy mystery life. Yes, of course. And I love this comment. Hey, don't be hating on us rubber stamp collectors.
Absolutely not. I just don't see how they can afford to live at the seaside shop with it. Would it be cool if we could all have our little obscure hobby that makes us the money? Absolutely, because I have a rubber stamp collection too, so I'm not the one.
Yeah, I would love
to
to have a bookshop that's just mysteries or whatever it is, with a little book with a little cafe nook in it or whatever, Like where I live, there's not enough people.
Well,
it's always this tiny town of 200 people.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
that's what I was going to say. It's Lynn Lee brought up the stamp. I always think of the cookie cutter house.
Exactly.
And I'm like, cookie cutters are like 25 cents a piece. And I was supposed to believe you can do, afford your mortgage, your light payment, that's insane
just
to me.
Just on the shop, never mind your real life. You've still got to be able to pay your own mortgage. If of course you don't live in the 3-story mansion above the shop.
I was going to say
they don't have a mortgage because it was gifted to them.
You're right. You're right. Absolutely.
Come on, Lee, give your head a shake.
Sorry. Too much middle grade. I'm losing it now.
Right? Yeah, no. We're thinking reality now. I dropped my coffee, and the handsome billionaire helped me up. And we married 20 minutes later because he needed a wife.
Right. That sounds like a present
before you lose his inheritance.
I mean, I'm not hating on that because I love those tropes. Like it would never happen, but it's just so much fun, right?
Right. Right.
I used to do the Vicks on the feet with my son when he was young. It helped him sleep for sure. Yep.
Wow.
Okay, so it's not just me who remembers this as being a thing. New Orleans Remedy.
Your profile picture. Did y'all notice her little picture with like the stack of books with the cup of tea?
Isn't that adorable?
That's
adorable.
So
not until you said it, because I can't see, but now that you say it, I can tell what it is.
Now I can look. New Orleans Remedy. 1 knob sliced ginger in 6 ounces of boiled water with a slice of lemon in for 15 minutes. Add 1 tablespoon raw honey heated up. Chase each hot sip with a bite of the lemon wedge. Repeat often.
I really may have to try a couple of these because this coffee
actually sounds really good.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, the Vicks on your feet is valid. Heat your socks in the dryer first.
You don't have to work tomorrow, so you can fix my dad's version of a hot toddy. He did that for my mom when she got sick during Christmas or whatever it is, but he didn't know how to make it. He just knew what he needed to put in it. So he put more of the whiskey in it than he did the honey and lemon. He did it backwards. And
He felt better.
we were baking cookies till 2 a.m.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
see, she did feel better. I mean,
Well, she did whenever she finally went to sleep. She woke up Christmas Day and she was just fine. I, on the other hand, didn't want to get out of bed.
Yeah, there you go. I know I got sick years ago, and the doctor prescribed me cough syrup, and I'm like, what is this special cough syrup? He's like, it's got codeine in it, and I'm like, how is that going to help? He goes, it'll help you sleep. I'm like, good enough.
Yeah.
That's all I need is just knock me out. Says, can you tell now that I was raised in New Orleans?
oh, how cool.
Dryer or microwave for the socks to get hot. No one needs to know you put your socks in your microwave. Clean ones, of course. Maybe I'll go back and give the ending of the guest list a second try.
Well, now don't get me wrong. I didn't like the book. I didn't like it, but it did have a twisty ending, and it was like, whoa, okay, I didn't see any of that coming. So, if you're that far into it, it might be worth finishing just to get the resolution, but there's no likable characters there.
Fair enough. My mother used to make me the ginger tea, she called it, when I was little. It helps. Barbara, no, you tell them that the gift sucks and how bad they are at gift giving. I was going to say for that one, Elizabeth, you should leave a review on Goodreads saying this is a great decluttering book because I decluttered it.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, if I had owned it, I would. It was one I just got on Hoopla on audio.
Okay, fair enough.
But I did write a little review of it.
Oh, I love this. No, what you say is a friend saw me wear it and they loved it so much, I let them have it.
There you go.
Brilliant.
Except that might be lying, which is what I'm saying. You don't want to lie
True
about
enough.
it.
It's a gray area.
Yes,
Spring
Pat.
Sunday, Tiffany.
Yes. It will be the first scavenger hunt, blue on the cover, any blue on the cover, or in the title. Sunday at 5. Thanks, Pat.
Looking forward to it. Tina says, I like crocheting people things. When my cat will help me make it, it'll be covered in her hair, so I can't stop that from happening.
Oh, that's funny.
Everything I own is knit with 50% cat fur.
So it's just one of those, take it home and wash it first. Get the hair out.
Pretty much. Yeah. Pat says she's getting sleepy, plus want to watch the hockey game and the truck race too. Good night, y'all. Happy reading. Good night, Pat. Thank you so much for joining us. Dindle says, with a name like Cajun Peach, I'm not surprised. Smart woman, your mom. Like my sister-in-law had to make her black beanie besides me being able to barely see it. And it was covered in cat hair.
Had me make her a black beanie. Oh, yeah. So she made make it.
Oh, my gosh. Actually, I did knit in black for my dad. I made him a black toque beanie, whatever you want to call it. But that was my dad. So, I have to really like you.
Fair enough.
When the cats were living, 3 were white and 1 was a gray tabby. I eliminated dark clothing from my wardrobe. It was just easier. That is fair. Tina says that same sister-in-law bought me books for Christmas a couple years ago. And I don't really like YA fantasy. Is it rude to get rid of them? Do I have to keep them?
I don't think you have to keep them.
What are your guys' thoughts?
I would say,
No.
No, I mean, if it's not your favorite books, I pass them on anyway, whether they were a gift or not. It's just,
And as readers, I think most people do. Unless it's signed, unless it's a collection that you have, unless it's a favorite book.
Yeah.
I mean, I want other people to read the things I love. So
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel bad about that. Not at all.
No. Books are meant to be read, and I think it's an unwritten rule that we pass them on,
And I feel like sometimes when people buy you books, they buy it with their preference and not yours. They don't
Correct.
think about,
True.
Did you like young adult fantasy or something? You might have, maybe they did, so they think you'll like it.
Right.
Or it's really popular at Barnes and Noble or wherever, so I assume.
Yeah, it's on that stand where it says, like favorites or whatever.
Popular bestseller. Yeah.
Book Talk recommends. It's all
Yeah.
Colleen Hoover.
Book Talk, I think, steers you wrong a little bit.
When I was in DC just recently on the plane ride back, I went to the little like shop in the airport, that's just random stuff. And it had like 2 shelves of books and almost a full shelf was just Colleen Hoover. I was like,
Wow.
this is funny. There was only 2, but yeah.
And I mock because you guys know I'm not a fan.
Right.
But I actually have a Colleen Hoover on my TBR for next week.
Really?
Because the prompt is to try an author again that you didn't like. Like, give an author another chance. And
Okay.
I just watched, was it yesterday? Ollie put up a video. He read the Reminders of Him, her newer one, and he actually really liked it. And I'm like, I'll give it a try. It's on Kindle Unlimited. It didn't cost me anything.
I can just see this is going to be an Ollie maybe. Do it.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
If she doesn't like it, poor little
Yeah.
Ollie going to be
I
red.
blame him. It was also some kind of paste that you put on a towel or something and wrap your chest before sleeping. That stunk to high heaven, but helped.
Probably stunk. It was probably Vicks because you can put that a vapor rub on your
That's
chest.
what I always did. Yeah.
Breathe it.
Mm-hmm.
But some people mix up, a concoction of stuff and put it on their
yeah.
chest.
Yep. I laughed out loud. My grandmother had so many remedies, aka a cabinet of smelly herbs and homemade poultices, that I better not say I didn't like.
Yeah, Kindle.
Yeah.
No, in my family it was food. Food cured all. I was in the hospital having surgery and she was bringing me in beef stew. Because, that's going to help.
Right.
Because, hospital food's not going to be better.
Well, that's
Right.
what she told the nurse. She's like, at least she's eating, so shut up.
Right? Pretty much, yes. Like, yeah.
That's it.
Yep, sounds familiar. Black knitting or crochet is a no-go. Correct.
Yeah.
Be careful, Tina. If she thinks you like YA fantasy, you'll be getting them from now on. Start growing up with the kinds of books you do like to read, or you'll have a shelf to donate. Good point.
That is a
great suggestion.
Make a wish list on Amazon, and whenever it's time for gift giving, tell everybody to go look at your Amazon wish list.
That's true.
Well, okay. Also, coming from the perspective of someone who works at a used bookstore, if you have a used bookstore, take those YA books because we hardly ever get them in and they sell like crazy. So take them to your used bookstore. They will probably give you store credit so that you can get something you really want.
That's true.
Absolutely.
Too.
Absolutely. Good point. Barbara, does anyone put books in the freezer if it's too scary? I did that once when I hated the book. Then yelled at the freezer and said, "You stay in there and think about what you've done."
It sounds like something Tiffany might do.
Right.
Well, that was
Isn't
on Friends, wasn't it, Tiffany?
Joey and
Joey did it with Little Women.
Little Women. He used to
Yeah.
do it with The Shining.
I
Yeah.
was going to say, I thought he did something
Really
with the Shining.
sick. She's like, Joey, do you want to put it in the freezer?
Pineapple is supposed to help a cough, and eggs for a cold.
Did not know
Ooh,
that.
I love me pineapple.
Is it on?
Me
Sounds
too.
Does it need
delicious.
to be fresh pineapple?
Love
Yeah,
it.
good question. That made me snort. I couldn't do that because I read on my Kindle. But I do like the idea of think about what you've
Think about
done.
what you've done.
No, I have accidentally left my phone in the refrigerator. I'm like walking around with my phone. I'm going to get me a drink. I set it in there and stuff. And then I close the door and I can still hear. One of them was actually, I was watching Sarah. I'm like, I can still hear Sarah's like, oh, she's in the refrigerator. Get the door out.
That's funny.
I had a friend, this was many, many years ago, like pre-internet, and she was trying to curb her budget, like her budgeting, like she was trying to, So she actually took a glass of water, stuck her credit card in it, and then put it in the freezer. So the credit card was frozen, and she couldn't use it unless and I thought that at the time that was ingenious. I'm like, now you start typing it in, and it automatically populates on the website.
Yeah.
It's not going to be helpful.
No.
And so I'm gonna get off now. I'm gonna go watch some Star Trek Picard. Thank you, ladies, for the sprints. Good night, everyone. Good night. Thank you for joining. Yes, there is a horror book podcast called Books in the Freezer, and that's how they rate books.
I think that's what they got it from too. I didn't know if they still did it or not, but I know Rachel from the Shades of Orange, I think, used to be part of that.
Correct.
That is
correct.
funny.
Carolyn, hi everyone. Hopefully you're having a good reading night. Yes, we are. So it is late. I am tired. So I think we're going to end it for tonight. But as Tiffany was saying, Sunday on her channel at 5 p.m. And yeah. Thanks, guys, for joining. Everybody have a very happy Friday.
Thank you.
And feel better soon, those of you who are not feeling well.
Yes. Yeah.
Bye, everyone.
everybody.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.
Thanks, Sarah. Bye, everyone.